In the shadowy dawn of September 1939, as the world teetered on the brink of catastrophe, France stood poised like a reluctant giant, its borders bristling with the ghosts of past wars, staring across the Rhine at a Germany that had just unleashed hell on Poland. But why, oh why, did the French charge forward only to slam on the brakes in what could have been history's greatest what-if moment, the Saar Offensive that fizzled out before it could ignite the flames of true conquest? Picture this. On September 1st, Hitler's panzer divisions roared into Poland like a mechanical storm, crushing everything in their path with blitzkrieg fury, prompting France and Britain to declare war just 2 days later, honoring their pact to defend the beleaguered Poles. Yet while the world expected a thunderous Allied response, France's generals, haunted by the blood-soaked trenches of World War I, opted for caution wrapped in strategy, launching a tentative probe into the Saarland, that industrial sliver of German territory rich in coal and steel, where 11 divisions, over 400,000 men strong, crossed the border on September 7 under the command of General Maurice Gamelin, advancing a mere 5 miles on a narrow 20-mile front, capturing a handful of villages like a cat batting at a mouse without committing to the kill. The French troops, clad in their horizon blue uniforms, marched through lush forests and rolling hills dotted with abandoned farms, facing only token resistance from the German First Army's skeletal forces, barely 100,000 men left behind as Hitler had stripped the West bare, committing 85 divisions to Poland, leaving just screening units and the vaunted Siegfried Line, a chain of bunkers and tank traps that loomed like a dragon's teeth. Yet the French, equipped with superior artillery and tanks like the sturdy Char B-1, could have punched through if they dared, but dare they did not, for deep in the high command's psyche lurked the defensive dogma of the Maginot Line, that impenetrable fortress along the eastern border designed to bleed invaders dry rather than launch offensives, and Gamelin himself, a cerebral strategist more at home with maps than mud, adhered to a plan called methodical battle, emphasizing slow, deliberate build-up over reckless speed, waiting for full mobilization which wouldn't peak until 1940, fearing that a hasty push would expose flanks to counterattacks from the Luftwaffe's screaming Stukas or hidden German reserves. As the days ticked by, French patrols tiptoed through minefields, seizing objectives like the Warrant Forest and the town of Saarbrücken without a single aerial bombardment to soften the ground, because the French Air Force, outnumbered and outgunned, huddled protectively over home skies, refusing to risk sorties that might invite retaliation on Paris. While back in Paris, politicians like Prime Minister Édouard Daladier wrestled with public war weariness, the scars of 1.4 million dead from the Great War still raw, and the British Expeditionary Force, their supposed allies, dragged their feet, sending only a token force across the channel with no appetite for immediate aggression, all while radio reports crackled with news of Poland's agony, Warsaw bombed to rubble, Soviet knives stabbing from the east on September 17, sealing Poland's fate in a mere 3 weeks, rendering the French effort moot as the rationale for diversionary action evaporated like morning mist. By September 12, just 5 days into the incursion, Gamelin issued the halt order, citing intelligence of German reinforcements trickling back from the Polish front, though in truth, Hitler was bluffing with propaganda films of fake defenses, and the French began an orderly withdrawal, mining roads and demolishing bridges as they retreated by October 17, leaving behind 2,000 casualties from skirmishes and accidents, a paltry toll compared to the millions to come. But this hesitation birthed the phony war, 8 months of eerie quiet where armies glared across no man's land, playing cards and writing letters home, as Hitler regrouped and plotted his lightning strike through the Ardennes in May 1940 that would topple France in 6 weeks. Historians debate it endlessly. Was it strategic prudence or a colossal blunder, a lost chance to cripple the Nazi war machine before it grew fangs? For if France had surged forward with full might, capturing the Ruhr's factories, might the war have ended in 39, sparing the Holocaust's horrors and Europe's ruins? Yet in the end, fear of escalation, outdated tactics, and the swift fall of Poland conspired to clip the wings of what began as a bold thrust, turning invasion into illusion, a footnote in the annals of regret, where the road not taken echoes with the thunder of unlived battles, reminding us that wars are won not just with armies but with the audacity to seize the moment before it slips away into the fog of history.